Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I am Pars Panchal, Sergeant at Arm at Heritage City Toastmasters Club. I welcome each and every person in 2033 meeting of Heritage City Toastmasters Club. So let's have a mission of Toastmasters. What is mission? What is mission Toastmaster Vikrant?
Mission is to provide positive supporting atmosphere to the members.
What is goal Toastmaster Keval?
To provide positive and supportive learning experience.
Yes. So we at Toastmaster, we provide a supportive and learning environment to empower our member, to increase, to improve their communication skill and public speaking skill. But there are some rules. There are some rules which we have to follow. So first one, I request all the members to keep their cell phones in a silent mode so it will not disturb you. Second one, I request all the members to will not talk about sex, politics, and religion. Third one, I request all the online members to keep themselves in mute unless and until they call upon. So these are the rules for making our meeting successful. Keeping these rules in our mind, we will learn something new, and make our day successful. So now it's time to call our presiding officer. Who is our presiding officer? By education, he is an electronics engineer. By profession, he is in a family business of jewelry. And now he is our presiding officer. He served as a sergeant at arms, secretary, VP education, VP membership, and now he is our presiding officer. So it's time to welcome. Please help me to welcome our presiding officer with the big round of clapping, Toastmaster Vikrant. Over to you, Toastmaster Vikrant.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Park, for such a wonderful introduction. Self-commitment. What is self-commitment, Toastmaster Hers?
Doing what you said and doing that. Saying what you do and honoring it. Walk the talk. Following what you say and do.
A commitment to self. In easy words. Yeah. In 2 days, we got 12 target of membership renewal. So thank you very much all members that you showed self-commitment in to learn and grow in Toastmaster journey. And I would like to thank our founder and most beloved Toastmaster Amit with family, Anjali, and welcome. Now, in any Toastmaster meeting, it is hosted by host. But before that, I would like to have a for the benefit of the guest, that what is Toastmaster? So Toastmaster is a 98 years old non-profit world top number 5 organization for public speaking and leadership development. And his headquarters is in USA, California, and founder name was Ralph Swiss Medley. And why he started? Because he's observed that people are not able to raise the toast during the birthday, marriage, or in funerals. And he started observing this, and now after 98 years, it is now in 149 countries, having around 15,000 clubs, and millions of people already got trained, learned, and become an effective leader speaker. And at present, as per the data available on site, around 5.5 lakhs paid member in the Toastmaster. So let's have a guest introduction. So we have one guest. Your name, what you are doing, and how did you come to know about the Toastmaster?
Hello everyone. My name is Setu Doshi, and I am BPharm, and I completed my BPharm. Then I completed my MBA in marketing. So since last 10 years, I have my own marketing with pharmaceutical company, in which we have tied with one company from Chandigarh. There are 300 products of their company, and we are selling that products in Ahmedabad and surrounding regions. In Toastmaster, my Toastmaster Ajis is my common friend, so he suggested me to come here. So I come here. I speak very well in Gujarati and Hindi. Fluently I speak, but in English, due to some my background, I study in Gujarati, so I have facing challenges in speaking in English. So he suggested me to see 1 or 2 times and then join. So that I.
Okay, thank you. Let's have an introduction from Mrs. Amit Gulati, because many few of members know that she is also an amazing speaker and leader. Let's have an introduction.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Vitanjali. I have been part of Toastmasters. I think a year and ago. I joined Ahmedabad Toastmasters for quite some time, but then for some reasons I was not able to make get that time to attend meeting. But we started our own Toastmasters in Info Stretch company, and I ran that for 1 year plus. Here I am today to have his session. He told me that I'm going to have a mentorship session today, so just joined to listen to him.
Welcome.
So I know he was saying that I'm not getting that chance at home, so you come there.
Yeah, so no one is getting chance. So we are all joining here.
Nice to see you here. Now it's time to invite the host. Host is called Toastmaster of the Day in the Toastmaster meeting. Who is the Toastmaster of the Day? He is called himself entrepreneur, disruptor, and problem solver. He has lived, studied, and worked in 3 continents: Asia, Europe, and North America. He loves badminton, swimming, yoga, and going out for yummy food. Please help me welcome Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Hardik.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikrant.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Let me tell you how happy I am here today. This is my first time at AMA, this place, and we've been talking about this new place, new location, a better professional outlook. And I think the entire team and dedicated president has done a great job. Second most important before we start this session, being a disruptor, I don't follow normal routine. That's what I am known for. First and foremost, I want to applaud this guy, our Sergeant at Arms part. After few months, after several months, I would say I've joined it, and I've seen him, I think, first time as a Sergeant at Arms, and I can see significant improvement in his body language. confidence, and the speech. So thanks again to the entire team, to everyone to make this thing. At this Toastmaster, Heritage City Toastmaster, or any Toastmaster, usually there are 3 sessions to follow. First is called prepared speeches. Second is known as table topic session, where impromptu speeches are invited. And the third one is known as breakfast for champions. As you know, this session is going to be disruptive session, and we have some disruptive speakers. So we are going to change the rhythm. So instead of the first session, the prepared speeches, we are going to have an energetic, engaging, informative session from our veteran Toastmaster. But before that, let me invite the journal evaluator of the day. Who is this journal evaluator of the day today? The person, someone is by education an engineer, by profession as entrepreneur, having few side businesses like coaching, share markets, cryptocurrency. And for me, this person is kind of my mentor for Toastmaster table topic session. He always encouraged me to participate in table topic session. And he's wonderful, not only a speaker, but also a great journal evaluator. Let's welcome Harsh, Toastmaster with his $1 million.
Please, thank you so much for such a warm introduction. Right, so everybody sitting here has a dream to become a veteran speaker, like our lot of speakers sitting here, right? Toastmaster Amit, Toastmaster Jayesh, Toastmaster Vikrant, Toastmaster Hardik, Toastmaster Isha, Toastmaster Bharat. Everybody has a dream to become a champion speaker, right? Who has a dream to become a champion speaker, right? So to become a champion speaker, what is a breakfast? Evaluation, which we don't like, right? It's like what we can say, bitter gourd. It's like bitter gourd we don't like, but it is very necessary for digestive system. We only like pizza, we only like appreciations, but the recommendation part, the evaluation feedback part is very important. To help you with that, I will be a general evaluator and will be keeping eyes on these meetings. And to achieve great things, can we do it all alone? We need a team. So I also have my team, right? So I have my tech team. So I will, entire evaluation will be done along with my team. So I will call upon each my tech team, and who will introduce what the role they will be playing. So first I will be calling timer of the day. So who is timer of the day? He is someone who is a software engineer and also animal lover. He loves to read books whenever he gets time, and he's also being a treasurer for last 2 years and currently a vice president education. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Keval.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, online people.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Time is the most valuable coin in your life. You and you alone will determine how that coin will be spent. Be careful that you do not let other people spend it for you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Keval Kubat, and I'll be taking a role of a timer today. So, as name suggests, I'll note down the timings of each speaker, whoever speaks from the stage. So as a timer, there will be time limits for every speaker. Today, we will be having prepared speeches and evaluation sessions today. So for the prepared speeches, time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll show green card. At 6 minutes, I'll show yellow card. At 7 minutes, I'll show red card. And time limit for the evaluation session is 2 to 3 minutes. Minimum time is 2 minutes and maximum time is 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I'll show green card. At 2.5, I'll show yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll show red card. For every speaker, there will be a grace period of 30 seconds. So they can wind up their speech and I'll note down each timing and I'll present my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you.
Thank you. That's a brief introduction of timer. Now it's time to call upon our counter of the day. Who is our counter of the day? He is someone who is MBA from the Queensland University, Melbourne, founder of a new startup which provides complete uniform solutions. He is also great chess player and has previously served as a secretary of the club. Please help me welcome dynamic Toastmaster Bharat.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hart, for such a wonderful introduction. लेकिन मैं सुनो तो कहूँ तो well, these short pauses are a part of life of every married man, isn't it? But I will try to improve all the married men over here that how can they speak so fluently that there are no pauses, no no so. So I am your counter, and as my role as an counter, I will watch each and every members so like short pauses and repeating and irritating words. It will make your speech good to be here. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Harsh.
Yes. So here he will be our counter, and in married life it's necessary. Otherwise, wife will think we are fearless and we have to do more ahs and ums in front of them. So it's better to have few ahs and ums, right? On a lighter note. Fine. So now grammarian role I am taking. So I will be monitoring good usages and not so good usages of the grammar, right? And the word of the day is opulence, that is riches, abundance, right? We all would be having opulence of opportunity if we are a great leader in Toastmasters and a great speaker. Opulence, right? Yes. And the phrase of the day is out of the blue. Today we had out of blue entry of Toastmaster Jayesh, and it delighted all of us. So anything out of sudden, out of blue is like that, right? And we had amazing out of blue venue in AMA also after our assignment, right? So that's all for grammarian. And fine. So you know what's the one secret behind the champions which we are sitting here? One secret. They take action. What ordinary people will do? They will set the goal, take the action. Take the action, set the goal. That's it, right? But what Toastmaster will do? They will set the goal, take the action, take the feedback, and take improved action. And when we keep improving, and take action, the chances are we will become success more by taking better actions. No one teaches. In every book, what is told? Take action. What's the key to success? Take action, right? What is key to success? Take actions. Every coach teaches us. What Toastmaster teaches us? Feedback and improve and take action. Take improved action by a few. So this is key to success. And I will present my report at the end of the meeting. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. Friends, I will encourage everyone during this meeting to use word of the day, opulence, and the phrase of the day, out of the blue moon. Out of the blue, I'm sorry, is sometime in your personal or professional arena,
Is that happen to you? That you are overwhelmed, burned out, frustrated, you're not able to manage yourself, your life, your work, and you think it is because of time management. Is that happen to you? I think almost everyone. Toastmaster Jayesh, can you elaborate on this?
I think everyone might have been going through a lot of frustration and things are not going right according to our plan. For example, I was heading on sales department team and sales they have targets. So when one person was not able to meet the target, he had to we told him that we had to leave the organization. So he got frustrated and when there are target oriented jobs, you tend to get more frustrated. But I think you need to be like, motivated and positive. You need to be optimistic towards your job and be dedicated to whatever you're doing.
Rightly said. This has happened to me many times. And the recent example is, as you know, I've been kind of missing Toastmaster meetings, even though taking some few roles in last session. And I was not able to join for months. And right, President? And when I think that this is because of the time management problem, then what we do start doing? Using different paid apps or free calendars or things to do, list and make them up. And then what we do, or what I did, never look. Don't see what is there. Try to avoid. So it is not about managing your time. It is about, I realize, after reading one of the best selling books, which I'm still going through listening, that it is about managing the energy. Not the time management, but the energy. Considering that, when we are talking about energies, what are the energies we're talking about? Is it kind of a superpower energy? Or something God kind of thing? Devi Shakti in Hindi, what you call? Superpower means he-man and she-man kind of thing? Or Superman? What are those energies? Can anybody elaborate? The energy that we need in our day-to-day life? Positive energy, okay? Great. Love and support, right?
Saving energy is about saving energy.
Saving energy. Great. Anyone? Okay, so there are different words that we can elaborate. However, based on this book, they're categorized. So let me give you some background information. There are two writers for this book. I will put the name later on at the end. And they have been running their successful consulting for high performing athletes in the world. Top 80 tennis players were their clients. They have been doing this performance training for over 30 years while back in the. And what they found and what they said, the energy we can categorize into 4 different sections. The first one is, they called it as physical energy. So to do anything, to come here, I need to be physically fit. Is that right? Even though I have time, money, everything, but I've been sick for last few weeks and months, and I wasn't able to make this thing. So the first and foremost energy that we need is a physical energy. And in that physical energy, pretty common. So what do you need to be able to be physically fit? What thing that you need?
Good health.
Good health. Okay.
Fitness.
Fitness. Okay. Great. And how we are going to have it?
Exercise.
Great. Exercise, diet, and
Yeah,
Being consistent on that diet.
consistent discipline on the diet.
And exercise all the time.
Exercise. So nutrition. You need to have a right nutrition. Diet, nutrition, exercise, right? And what they say that the entire concept is all about energy. Energy is in, energy out, and the rest of energy. So they talk about the concept is called as energy balance. If you have more energy, that is also in the negative side. If you have low energy, you're not going to perform as a start play. So in terms to have an optimum energy, according to that, in physical part of the energy, first and foremost is what the Western science, what they believe now, what our Indian culture and our yoga gurus they say is breathing pattern. You need to have a right breathing pattern. And how we are teaching. I received green card. So before we are going to start a new session, quickly, let's practice. I know most of you are doing yoga at home, at the work, or somewhere else. So can you tell me right now when you're sitting here, normal breathing, when you take breath in, where your breath goes inside your body, how deep, how far it is traveling. Normal breathing, you observe it and tell.
20 to 25%.
When you take the breath, it's going here, here, here. Regular breathing. Regular. Right that? That's the right answer, Amit. That is 100% breathing. Breathing going to your stomach, or in yoga, where we say in 7 chakras, the Muladhara. So it has to go to your Muladhara. That's 100% breathing. I will teach you by sitting here or anywhere in the world. Okay, not specially need to do yoga. At your workplace, you can also do 100% breathing. And first time I taught with somebody when I was studying at University of Ahmedabad, the UK. And there I went to my admin office, and the lady over there, we discussed about the breathing and those patterns. And out of blue, I said, this is what I do. And I thought she became my friend, and she has been practicing for a long time. So we'll talk about how to make that 100% breathing anywhere, everywhere. As part of this disruptive first session, I would like to invite one of the founding members of our club for his educational session. And who is that person? Someone whom we look up for a direction, guidance, and someone who has been winning many speech contests within the club to the district, and he's been a success coach, soft skill speaker. And I still remember I have attended his one of the first sessions 6 months ago at AMA in the evening. He is also founder of a very innovative business, My Right, My Car. My Car, I'm sorry, My Car, My Right company. So without any delay, please welcome Toastmaster Amit Gulati for his educational session. And I will encourage all of you. There would be opulence of information. So please be ready with your pen and pencil or paper, whatever you have. To take lifetime notes. Please welcome. Amit Gula.
Can you give me the mood?
While the things are getting set up, John, I would like to ask a question. And before I do that, in fact, let me say hi to the people there online, people who joined, especially Randa. Thank you for joining. I can't see you.
Hi, Amit.
Okay, hi.
Hi, everyone.
Right. So my question to each one of you: how many of you have already participated in any kind of contest? Any of these Toastmasters contests? Jayesh has. How did you have? Ashish also done that. Kevin, Grant, you have participated in a contest in tabletop contest, you know? No, I know. Okay. You're the part of the contest, right? And of course, and of course, I think Toastmaster Isha and Toastmaster Vanda are veteran speakers themselves, and they have won many awards as well. So that's we all look for winning a contest. When we are looking for winning a contest, here I am to tell you there are flaws in a winning speech. There are flaws in a winning speech. So how this session will go by? We will go through a recorded video of an ordinary speaker who won once upon a time in a club contest. Now that has to be a winning speech, but that winning speech had many errors and probably some good points you might be able to share. But we will discuss what were the flaws in a winning speech, such that we can improve not only from good things, but from the flaws of a winning speech. All right? Because we are going to here to win the contest, not just to compete in the contest. However, whatever I'm going to share with you is not just about winning a contest. I am here to share with you how we can make the best impact. Winning is a byproduct. As long as we are giving the best and there is a best impact, winning becomes a byproduct. With me? Okay. One more thing, you must have received a ballot with you, right? Yeah. You see this ballot? This ballot is a sheet on which judges mark you and give you numbers, probably deduct numbers if you are not doing things correctly, and whosoever gets the maximum marks wins the contest. Now, here's the first question to you. Because judges are marking according to this particular ballot, what is more important, Bharat? Whether content is more important or delivery? Okay. So here Bharat says it's a speech contest. So therefore he believes that delivery has more weightage. Valid point, Bharat. Thank you so much. How about Gitanjali? How about you? Content is slightly more important. Both are important. We all know that. Content is slightly more important. Delivery is slightly more important, or both are equally important. There is absolutely no difference.
I think delivery is important. If you are saying something and you are just sitting and telling that a joke, nobody will understand that. You have to come up with that kind of punches at the right time.
Delivery is slightly more. Let me go online and ask Toastmaster Isha is there? Toastmaster Isha? So, yes. Yeah. Toastmaster Isha, what according to you is slightly more important? Either content or delivery, or you feel that it is 50-50?
I certainly don't believe it's 50-50. I believe that I've given the formula of my speeches. I think that content is 7%, delivery is 58%, whereas your Voice modulation relates to 38% when you're giving a speech.
So overall,
what-
delivery has much more weightage than content.
Yes.
Hands up, hands down, whatever that say. Branda, I'll take from you as well.
Though in the judges' ballot, content is given more marks, but content is always affected by the delivery.
Thank you so much, Branda. But how about you? Do you really believe content is the king or delivery is what matters?
Delivery.
Delivery is what matters. My God, everyone is saying delivery. This is what I used to think when I joined Toastmasters. But when I saw this ballot, I was very disturbed. It says 50 marks for content, 30 for delivery, 20 for language. Are these people nuts? No, right? Let's see, they are experienced as well. But everybody has their own opinion, Keval, isn't it? So I, being an engineer, I thought that I am not able to get this. People are saying delivery, even I used to think delivery. Here people are saying content, completely opposite. And now I felt that how can I choose between a left eye and a right eye? How can I choose between saying content is the king when I'm not even delivering? Or how can I say delivery is the king when there is no content at all? They have to go hand in hand. So I opened this palette once again. And I opened my mind and I said, engineer mind, jag ja. Logical mind. Engineer mind is a logical mind. And I went back. And I saw content, delivery, and language. And I said, language means correctness. Language, what is language? Either it has to be delivery, either it has to be a content. There has to be no separate section. It is either content or delivery. So what is there in language? It says appropriateness to speech purpose and audience. What we are talking about, whether the content is appropriate to the audience or not, right? It has to come in the part of content only. I straight away deduct this 10 marks from language and give it to content. Now content is 60, delivery is 30, 2:1 ratio. I wanted to correct it. This is going opposite. Then I went to correctness, grammar, pronunciation, word selection. Now, grammar and word selection is definitely, grammar and word selection is language, is content, but pronunciation, delivery. So 5-5. So I gave 65 to content, 35 to delivery. And I wanted to correct this. This is not getting correct. And my logical mind of engineer is going nowhere. I went deeper into delivery, said physical, body language, speaking area, voice, modulation, flexibility, volume, Isha said, manner, directness, assurance, enthusiasm, perfect. Everything is delivery. I went to content. Keval, I went to content. Speech development, structure, support material, yes. Effectiveness, achievement of purpose, interest, reception. Harsh, there was some, you are a guest today and you are into medical field, right? So a vaccine, if made, do we say it is effective once we have made it or once we have tested in the market? That means it has been delivered. A speech is effective by its content or after it has been delivered. This effectiveness, 15 points, straight away goes to delivery. And what you see is 50-50. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my firm belief. While I myself practice a lot on delivery, probably slightly more on delivery than content, but I would like to tell you all, these two things are inseparable. Delivery and content has to go hand in hand. Do not concentrate on one aspect only. That's number one. Point number two. Still, there are people who are saying delivery is more important. Everybody is a seasoned Toastmaster. Why is that? Let me give you a right answer to that. The answer to that is, when we are studying, my son is studying here, right? He is having a content. From start, from nursery or maybe prior to that, we are learning content. Every day, and even now you are seeing probably news in shorts, right? There's a lot of content. When are we telling this to somebody? Minuscule of times. In our college, in our 9th and 10th, we probably would have had a declamation contest or an elocution contest only once, twice, 10 times, 20 times, but you're reading every day. What I'm talking about is that everybody has a content, my dear friends. Everybody has a content, but only few have the delivery. And that is why you stand out, because you have a better delivery. Marks are still equal, but you stand out of the crowd because you have a better delivery. This is my submission. Yours might be slightly different, and I will not be offended. So don't be offended if I have a different one. Okay? All right. So this was my first thing. Now we'll move to the speech and we'll critically analyze the speech. Okay? So when I'll say pause, yeah. So Vranda, Toastmaster Isha, Parth, you are able to hear it?
It's not clear for me.
Not clear for you. Okay. So
Fine
you would have
for me.
seen, you have already seen this live though. I'm just kidding. But yeah, anybody else? Isha?
It's fine for me.
Fine for you. Okay. Vranda, can you check the connection?
Just need to increase the audio levels.
Audio.
And that's
Okay. Let's try it once again. Yeah, yeah. Better?
Actually, there's a lot of disturbance here at my end. There's construction work going on. So please go ahead. Maybe because of that is also hampering that.
Okay, maybe you can use earphone. That will be better, just in case. Yes, please. Pause. Presentation matters, Toastmaster. And there was a good gap of 4 seconds before I started the speech. How much time? 4 seconds. 4 seconds. At any given point of time, did you feel that I was nervous then? But whenever we are given a stage, we start rushing towards the speech. While we are having this meeting to understand flaws of a winning speech, there are 5 mantras I will also give of winning a speech. This is the first mantra. Do not rush at any given point of time. The first mantra is hold the stage, and you will see it more in the speech following. Please start. This is the opening, and there might be some good things about this opening. But can you tell me, can anyone help me with 2 flaws, or probably more than that, in this particular opening? And of course, for the online people as well, if you find any flaws, any mistakes that I did and which we can correct it together, please be free. Please be free. We are here to, yes.
Yes, you said gorgeous. It can be beautiful.
Gorgeous can be beautiful. Okay. Okay, okay. Anybody else? Vranda? Isha?
I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, no worries. I'll give you one. The first is, the title of the speech is so pathetic. It says presentation matters. There is absolutely no suspense left for the audience. I have said it in my title what I'm going to speak for 7 minutes. There's absolutely no Drishyam, no Sherlock Holmes, nothing. It's a plain, placid, boring speech which is going to come for 7 minutes. And I'm saying this word for myself because I know this is the biggest flaw in this whole speech. And it cannot be underestimated. Okay, so you should have a title which engages an audience, which gives them hook. What is coming in the speech to follow? 7 minutes. Okay, that's number one. So this is homework for you, not homework as in there's an exercise for you. After the speech finishes, this session finishes, I will ask you a question. Can you give me a suitable title for this particular speech? Is for everyone, online and offline as well. Okay. The second flaw, I'm talking about presentation. What is my dress code? Is it pant is dark and shirt is light? This is bright. But look at my dressing sense there. I'm having a gray pant with a dark gray shirt with an even darker coat, having no visibility of my upper part. When you are a presenter, you should be right and smile. But here, my presentation, I didn't value it enough. I thought could have been much better. And people who were there live, Varanda was there live in the content. This was the 2018. I had worn a winter's coat. Okay, you would not be able to see that, of course, but it was a winter's coat. Huh? Never do that. Your title, I mean, I am talking about presentation matter, and that is why it is a crime. Otherwise, it's okay. All right, let's move to the next part.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We cannot hear the video now. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay. In fact, I wanted to stop only, pause only. But can we check that? Isha, you were not able to hear it throughout, or?
No, after the second, when you release for the second pause, we are not able to hear. Nobody. I think Brenda have the same issue.
No, yeah, I did not hear the first part as well. As far as you are concerned, Amit, we can hear you clearly, but for the video, I couldn't hear anything at all.
Oh,
On the screen sharing option, we have to also select the sound sharing.
check.
Only then we could be. Yeah.
Stop sharing and reshare.
Yeah, stop sharing and reshare. So for in the meantime, every one of you, I have noted minimum of 5 flaws. Check again.
In the same college, I was struggling to get my grades up.
Isha, Vranda?
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect. So shall we play this again? We can go.
Yeah, that would be better because we can hear it.
Vranda, from the start, or do you want me to take it from the after the opening part?
No, you can, we can start from the second pause.
Second.
Yeah.
1 minute and 5 seconds. I hope so. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah.
Was being organized. Besura inharmonious. Now, with firm belief in my abilities of being a competent Besura, I participated and roped in a friend with similar abilities as mine, made a team. The competition started, and we were started to see the Besura talent in other contestants too. My friend got nervous, worried, and said, "Ayyo, so much competition to be the worst." I reassured him as we went up to the stage. And then, 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, the team of AA, A for Anil and A for Amit, presenting before you Bharkili Chingari. A flamboyant spark. And then we sang the Hindi song to the best of our inharmonious abilities. We knew we had caused pain, and winning the first prize certified us. So I thought to meet one of the judges after the competition. Yes, back in those days of the contest, we knew. So I asked him what went in our favor, and he said, while all the contestants were equally besure, your opening presentation sealed the show. That was the first time I realized that presentation is important. Of course, after all, it is a stage performance. Little did I know that it is not important only on stage, but everywhere in our life.
Right. So, in the interest of time, I'll straight away move on to my evaluation of what were the flaws rather than asking, but I'll take just one from online. Any one of you would like to point out flaws in this particular section of the speech?
I would not like to go along with the flaw, but I would like to state one thing that I noticed is a calculative movement of your leg on the stage.
So
like you need many steps to take ahead, and then you are actually calculating while moving back. 2 steps ahead in this direction, 2 steps ahead back. That's what I have observed.
You're saying is a positive thing or a negative thing?
I think that is very visible that it is calculative. So it can lead to a negative point.
Okay, right. Thank you, Toastmaster Isha. I unfortunately, however, I never calculated when I was doing that. I make it original, but if it appeared to be calculative, then I probably would think again about it. But thank you for pointing that out, Toastmaster Isha. Vranda, anything from your side?
No, I think nothing major.
All right.
What I felt was that when you said presentation is important, again, if you're keeping that title, you can repeat the same title again. Like, it could be presentation matters.
Stupendous. Thank you so much, Vranda. That's my number 5 point. Thank you so much. You just nailed it. So title says presentation matters, and here I'm talking about presentation is important. Such an idiotic mistake. I call it idiot myself. It was a very simple and idiotic mistake. Thank you so much, Randa, for pointing this out. I have mentioned this one. This is one. What is the other one? Anybody else? At 1 minute and 7 seconds.
The opening, I think, talked about Amit, opening matters. Right? So I think in presentation, opening is very, very important. Powerful opening. Yeah.
So what is the flaw here? You didn't find the opening was that powerful?
Yep. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Noted. Thank you so much. Thank you. So at 1 minute and 7 seconds, I forget the speech. Can you play that again? I am completely blank. I'm sharing this with you for the first time. I was completely blank. 1 minute and 7 seconds. Yeah.
Inharmonious.
Blank. Pause.
Now, with firm belief in my ability,
I started at 1. 4 seconds of intermittent gap. There was no applause. There was no humor. Nothing. I got blank. It can happen with anyone. Lack of practice, lack of skill, anything could be good. Or maybe too much excitement. But here is the second mantra of success. There are things which will not go with you, but you can make it your way. This is hold the stage. I will now say hold the gaze. G-A-Z-E. I was constantly looking at people. And they felt I'm trying to make an eye contact. I was buying time. I know that. Okay? I was buying time for that 4 seconds. But they thought I was making an eye contact. So I made Aapada Mein Afsar. ऐसा बनाया हमने. Third one. Besura talent. The other contestants. I was already there. Another contestant. When I was saying, we were surprised to see, we were startled to see the Besura talent in other contestants. I was already there. So my gesture came much earlier before my speech came. It was so early that it felt like pretty odd then. Then, okay, can you guess which song that I would have shared that in my contest, Besura contest? I said, then I sang the famous Hindi song. Chingari koi bhadke. Now the actual case is so beautiful. If I would have shared that incident is so beautiful, you would have laughed your heart out. But I didn't share that. I missed it. So I missed it. Complete part I missed it. Okay, and it was like Chingari koi badke साथ वाला जो अनिल था and that would have created a lot of laughter. In one of the other earlier places, I have played this kind of a video, this speech, and then it created a lot of laughter. And here I missed it. Then here once again, and it caused a lot of pain. I said it caused a lot of pain. Like it should have been, ideally should have been, caused a lot of pain. जैसे खून निकल रहा है हाथों से. तो यहाँ पे जो जेस्चर है और जो आवाज है वो जेस्चर के थोड़ा बाद आना चाहिए था. और यहाँ पे मैं एक साथ करूं जेस्चर और मेरी जो आवाज है वो इकट्ठे आ रही है. तो वो नहीं होना चाहिए था. होना क्या चाहिए था? Cause a lot of pain. किसी से हाथ में खून आ जाता है ना, कितना चिल्लाया, पोएट साथ बैठ गया तो कितना चिल्लाता है. एक स्पीकर टोस्ट मास्टर साथ बैठ जाए तो कितना कान में दर्द हो सकता है ना. जैसे अभी आपको हो सकता है कि कितनी देर से बोल रहा है ना, तो कान से दर्द आएगा, वो खून निकल सकता है ना. तो वैसा वहां पे डिस्प्ले करवा था जो नहीं हुआ. राइट, लेट्स मूव ऑन.
abilities of being a
We are at 3 minutes and 22 seconds
in our life. In the same college, I was struggling to get my grades up. There were some students who were considered little less intelligent than me, but they had better marks. So I confided my problem with a close friend of mine, Ashutosh, and asked for a solution. He carefully listened and said, Ahmed, You know your subjects very well. All you need to do is to present well. I said, how? He said, you see, girls get better marks because they have beautiful handwriting. And if you cannot work with your handwriting, at least leave some space between the words, underline the important words, and make your answer look presentable. I followed the advice diligently and I graduated with distinction.
Pause. At 4 minutes, this gesture, this joke didn't work out. And it was pointed to me in this after the speech by Vranda that I didn't like this gesture because it was kind of a double meaning kind of a gesture. Vranda, you remember that?
Yes, and I remembered it again here.
Yeah. So I remember the feedback. Somebody give you a feedback, please remember that so that you can apply that. So I remember this feedback. So in the next, in the second level, I omitted this anecdote completely. This was probably very poor anecdote. There was nothing good about this particular anecdote of mine. So I completely removed this in my next speech. Again, presentation is important. I said which is not to be used, and I am started to using left hand, which should have been right hand. If you would see it later, probably that's a minor thing. We can move from here because it's pretty pathetic anecdote.
There's one more thing, Amit, which I would like to share. And that is when you are showing your hand, for little less intelligent. So what comes to our mind is somebody who is shorter to you.
Yeah.
So when you talk about little less intelligent, maybe you can show your hand something like, little less and intelligent. So instead of this, it could be little less and here.
Got it. Thank you, Vranda. Thank you so much. That's a valid point. I was saying little less intelligent, little, maybe something else. So Vranda, which gesture that you said, how can we improve it?
Like little less intelligent.
Little less intelligent. That's a better gesture. Absolutely.
Little less intelligent. That's the whole gesture.
Yeah, little less intelligent. Perfect. Thank you, Vranda. Next. Yeah.
But this was an important learning once again for me. I realized that presentation is important. While I got better with studies, my dad felt that my communication in English wasn't great. So he asked me to join spoken English classes.
Yes. I'm interrupting because I'm saying spoken English classes. This is your champion speakers book. Spoken English class. That's me. Okay? ऐसा भी होता है हर एक के साथ. और उसके बाद मैं इसको करेक्ट कर लेता हूँ. एक बार गलती हो जाती है. तो English में English class. Next.
Raise your hand if you've ever been to a spoken English classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Prashant, where's Prashant? We've all sailed in the same boat.
Pause again. So here Prashant has already given a speech and he mentioned that he joined spoken English classes of Deepti Shah. And that's when I recalled, oh, Prashant, where are you? So, and that created laughter. But now during in today's time, this kind of reference to somebody's speech or the speaker himself, you are disqualified straight away. So don't use that. Earlier it was allowed. Now with the new rules, it is not allowed. Okay, please.
And just like Toastmasters,
derogatory na. अगर context था तो it came out good, but now rules debar this. But अगर rule के बिना आप फिर इसके बाद आप
नहीं मतलब मैं वैसा ही था वैसा बोला मैं भी वैसा यहाँ को अपने पे नीचे कर रहा हूँ मैं भी उसी से so we all saying the same boat में I didn't make it derogatory for him that's what I feel I said we all say the same boat वो कैसे ले रहे हैं so इसीलिए शायद टोस्टमास्टर ने उसको बैन किया कि भैया तुम अपनी तरह से ठीक हो सकते हो किसी को बुरा लग सकते but it was primarily done because it said that somebody comes in first or second in the speech in the order of the speech contest and somebody comes last has a lot of impact because it's got recency effect or the first mover advantage. But people who are coming in between 4, 5, 6, 7, how can they make an impact? So they started taking references from the other people's speech, and judges started marking them good on awareness.
oh wow, what an awareness, what an impromptu-ness. This is the kind of speaker that we need. And they started giving them more marks. Okay, because of their intelligence, awareness, impromptu-ness. For somebody who is coming at the first or second position, she said, I have no reference of other speeches. Where would I pick up lines? I have nothing to do. So it's a disadvantage for them and probably an advantage to the other speakers. And that's why they've removed it. Use भी करेंगे. Yes. Toastmasters, the first class was about introducing yourself. Now, back in those days of being a student, speaking fast English was considered best. The faster you spoke, the better you were considered. And in doing so, I fumbled, stumbled, and jumbled my whole introduction. The teacher looked at me silently, saw my nerves, walked up to me and said, Amit, good speakers speak slow. In order to be understood well, you should not rush with your words. Knowing English is merely grammar. Saying it is a presentation. And presentation, Amit, matters. I went back home.
So this was my third anecdote, not the last anecdote, and then comes the conclusion. So opening, then a good anecdote, then a poor anecdote, and then I again come back with a better anecdote. Okay. Here, in this anecdote, I feel it very nice. Did you like this line when I say, when the teacher walks up to me and say, Amit, knowing English is merely grammar. Saying it is a presentation, and presentation matters. Is it a nice line?
Yes.
Nice line. But imagine if the teacher would have said presentation matters. Here I'm doing a role play of a teacher and me, and this is the dialogue of a teacher who says presentation matters. Would a teacher say like that? It was not a Toastmaster competition for her, for sure. Right? So the gesture here was unnecessary. If people would have seen it seriously, attentively, they would have marked me down. That's not a kind of role play that you should be doing. It has to come from the speaker himself and not from the teacher. Once again, I've used the same mistake. Presentation is important. Last.
And realized an important lesson learned for my life. It is important. Presentation is important. Presentation is important everywhere in our lives. We may have some people here who, though intelligent like me, would have got lesser marks in board examination because of poor handwriting. Similarly, many employees would be underpaid because they lack in communication.
At 6:33, I again go blank. Okay, 6:33, 6:32.
Employees would be underpaid because they lack in communication.
Blank. Blank again, huh?
But having understood,
Pause. At 6:37, I start again 4 seconds. People said I was too slow. I was not slow. I forgot the lines. I forgot the lines and I won the contest. Okay, next.
that a better presentable product is worth much more, it is our responsibility to present ourselves to the best of our abilities. If adding mint leaves and umbrella straw can make a lemon soda a mojito, then polishing your skills with present.
Another mistake. The laughter was coming. अभी तो ताली बजी थी. एक स्पीकर के लिए इससे बढ़िया बात क्या हो सकती है जो आपने अभी तक नहीं बजाई. तो वहां ताली बजी और मैं आगे मूव कर गया क्योंकि probably I was not conscious of my time. If I would have been very conscious about my time, कितना मैंने लिया है, जैसे आज मेरे को भी नहीं पता कितना टाइम ज्यादा ले लिया मैंने, तो अगर उस टाइम मुझे पता होता
तो आई वुड हैव डेफिनेटली स्टेड देयर, क्योंकि लाफ्टर ही तो सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट था जो कि आपको आगे लेके जाता है, तो मिस नहीं करना चाहिए मुझे। Presentation can make you win the world. So next time you have important things lined up and you want to make it count, make sure you work on your presentation. Because presentation, friends, matters. Again, matters के बाद मैं बहुत जल्दी हैंड ओवर कर देता हूँ स्टेज, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है मेरे को टाइम नहीं है, मेरे पास करीबन 20 सेकंड और बाकी थे, तो मैं आराम से प्रेजेंटेशन मैटर्स थोड़ा सा होल्ड करना था 2 सेकंड, उसके बाद देता तो ज्यादा अच्छा इंपैक्ट पड़ता। तो इसके अंदर एक और मिस्टेक है, जो कि मैं लास्ट प्रेजेंटेशन मैटर्स बोलने से पहले स्टेज पे पीछे जाता हूँ। आप इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट करने के लिए लोग आगे जाते हैं और मेरे जैसा इंसान पीछे जा रहा है, so that was pretty bad on my part. These were some of the mistakes that I did, around 18 mistakes that I noted, and suppose 2-3 more that you shared with me. So more than 20 mistakes in my winning speech. Now, if you have any more suggestions for that particular speech, I'm open to take it from you. Anything that you feel that other than I'm taking more time, just 2 minutes max. Yes, Vrunda.
So I felt when you were doing the role play of teacher and you, so when you say the teachers, so you could have pointed at yourself and the teacher is here.
Right.
Because you were the teacher, you were the student there.
Positioning role play की एक इधर designated होना चाहिए था, जो कि नहीं हुआ, या फिर ऐसे भी ना करके ऐसे और ऐसे
just a little moment, and while telling the teacher's part you may say it like this, but when you're saying that the teacher pointed at me, so then pointed at me was like this, so there you could have pointed at you, like somewhere there was where teacher is telling something to you, that particular role play.
Okay, I got it. Actually, the teacher was a little far away because I was giving the speech on stage, but I got the point. When she comes closer to me, then it should have been like this and this, pivoting on your toes.
Just a slight movement.
Got it. Thank you, Vrunda. Once again, seasoned Toastmaster. And yes, Jayesh.
About your teacher and student. I got a feedback. I was also doing a transition in my speech. I got a feedback from my evaluator, and she was my mentor as well. She told me, while you're acting an elderly person, you need to have a heavier voice. If you can have a heavier voice, that would create more impact. Okay. She mentioned to me.
Makes sense, but I think probably
if you would have.
Yeah, I think vocal variety in nutshell was missing.
Yeah,
vocal variety could have been better. Point taken, Jayesh. The evaluator was a lady, so उनका pitch ज़्यादा होता है, उनका bass कम होता है, तो वो भारी नहीं बन सकता. But definitely with better vocal variety, it could have been much better. Thank you, Jayesh. Thank you. Definitely. Isha, any expert comments?
I'm not an expert to comment it.
Any other comments?
I'm definitely learning. So I just felt about the calculative body language, because that was I was counting as far as I have marked with the other speakers who have performed there. So that was one thing that I marked, but maybe that's not conscious on you. That is natural way of you doing that. And it could be much more in a relaxed way, according to me.
Yeah, it is for me, it's a very relaxed way. So if you would have noticed, whenever I'm trying to make a point, then only I'm moving ahead. That was my conscious way of doing it. So it's called, what do we call it? Purposeful movement.
Yeah.
That, I was trying to do that, but if it was overdone, again, a piece of correction.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's all right.
So if you don't have any suggestions, my last, Randa, yes, please.
Yes,
Okay, I didn't see. Yes, please, Randa.
No, I forgot to lower my hand.
Oh, okay, right. So I had given you an exercise. Can you suggest me a suitable title for this speech? Because I felt this was a 4 on 10 title. That's all. Nothing better than that. I see something in you.
Let's make a lemonade.
Let's make a lemonade. Let's make a mojito.
Mojito. Okay. That's one title I generally get from people when I ask this. So Mojito is definitely one. But I'm only using Mojito once in the speech. But let's say if I'm not tweaking the speech, this is the complete speech that I'm giving. What would have been the title? Yes, please. What matters, Vranda? Absolutely. What matters? What matters? Absolutely. Nice, nice, Vranda. I have a similar title. Anything else? Isha and we have Parth, or we Parth has left? Uske kaam mein dard ho gaya. Right, any title suggestions? Anyone? Exercise tha yaar. I thought of because ... it matters. So what matters? Here the question that Vranda asked, what matters? I was like, because it matters. So what matter was a fill in the blank. And here Vranda also gave a very similar kind of a title, what matters? Presentation matters. So after my opening was finished, then people were, अच्छा presentation की बात करेगा 7 मिनट. तो ये ऐसा हम कर सकते थे. So these were certain things that I felt I was missing in my speech. Some things that I shared with you, 5 mantras. One, I shared with you, hold the stage. Second, hold the gaze to buy time. Third, don't start with thank you. Thank you for handing me the stage. Thank you for the warm introduction. Start with the opening and then start thanking the contest chair or the Toastmaster. 2 more. Last 2. Final good points, some mantras, if you would have noticed. Vranda, can you take that up? Any 2 things that you felt that I used probably in this speech, which could have been used to, again, as a learning, and probably somebody can use it to their advantage? Isha?
Sorry, I missed hearing that completely. I was actually thinking something else, and that was when you were talking about speech title. We can also think on that perspective, because when any Toastmaster or somebody is introducing you, so we also have to keep in mind how it will sound. For example, Toastmaster Amit, what matters? What matters, Toastmaster Amit? So if we use Toastmaster Amit, ... matters, ... matters, Toastmaster Amit. So how will it sound to your ears?
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fantastic. And I was also thinking of this fact, so what matters? So you will engage in the audience and engage to the audience and say, so what matters? Presentation matters. Or because I chose the different topic, because it matters, I would have said, friends, because presentation matters. So because I would take a pause and let the audience react. So I have taken this way, but the suggestion from Vranda was excellent. Thank you, Vranda. So 2 more points. One was have a signature gesture. I see something in jijink, right? So here was presentation matters. It was a signature style, which I used twice. So you try to use a signature style or a signature line or a proverb, which is there a couple of times or probably 3 times, so that the idea is emphasized enough. And lastly is the biggest mantra I'm going to share with you, which I feel I have always been using in my speeches. If people understand this, great. If you appreciate that, I think you would, because I feel this is the success mantra of my speeches. So presentation matters. I could have said it, presentation matters. I say and I do a gesture together. Or I say presentation, friends, matters. First line, then gesture, and then I complete the sentence. So it is a misnomer. Gesture, body language के साथ जो आपका gesture और जो content है इकट्ठे आता है. मेरा जवाब उसके लिए strict no. मैंने उसमें एक recommendation में दिया था, it pained, वो नहीं समझ में आया. एक इंसान एक ऑडियंस मेंबर एक इमीडिएटली दोनों चीजों को रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं कर सकता. ओके, तो यहाँ पे सबसे पावरफुल क्या है? अगर आपके 2 शब्द हैं, if there are 2 words, you start with the first, then a gesture, and then complete with the second. Or if you have just 1 word, so what matters? Presentation. अगर एक ही था तो gesture and then say it. So once you do that, it creates a much larger impact, which I feel is a success mantra for me. That's it from my side. Thank you so much. I hope you like the session.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Which I like he teach you the way he looks at the audience and that 5 seconds composed pause that made me his friend.
आप लेट आए थे ना पहला वही था 5 मंत्रा में पहला वो था
So I want to say, both जो है ना that brings so much nervousness in the audience and super confidence in the speaker if we can pull it up. Because 4 seconds not able to, I mean, not speaking is quite a we just want to finish the shit. So that for me, that is the best part. And of course, this is for you.
Thank you so much. If there were any flaws in today's education session, please give me a feedback on one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amit. Indeed, friends, this particular education session seems to me like share market, funds of funds, mutual fund investment that we are doing here. What is that? That is all about feedback of feedback, mutual learning. So kind of analogy funds of funds, mutual fund investment. Since it was an informative, little bit time-taking educational session, and all of us learned and enjoyed. So I'm going to cut down the today's theme. Pretty much, we are running a little bit out of time, and we are having one speech today. And I hope President will allow me to have second Toastmaster of the Day session where I can complete the theme. Hopefully next week. Yeah. If there is a time, for sure. Nice. Yeah. So here we are going to for second part of the session, prepared speeches, and for that I'm going to invite our dedicated, hardworking president for introduction to our speaker as evaluator. Please welcome President Vikram as the evaluator for the first speech.
Today, Toastmaster Isa is going to deliver speech from Pathway or Strategic Relationship Level 1 S2. And the purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech within a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer please not, time limit is 5 to 7 minutes and title is Written on Investment. Over to you, TM. Thank you.
I think return on investment. I think I texted my title again. It's
Yes. I think while we were talking about our mutual fund investment, our first speaker, she heard about it and she made the speech. Please welcome the speaker of the day, Toastmaster Isha. Toastmaster Isha, written on investment.
It's not my title. I'm sorry to interrupt again. My title is 86-400. I changed that.
86-400. All right. Toastmaster Isha, 86-400. 86-400. Toastmaster Isha.
How many of you here are masters in mathematics? Next question. When was the last time you actually did a math problem? Okay, I'm not talking about algebra, probability, or all those complex arithmetic problems. I'm asking if you do the basic adding, subtracting, or multiplying of this one major subject in your life. Time. My fellow Toastmasters and the guest members, I wish you all a very warm good afternoon. Yes, time is one calculation we all know about. But somehow, we ignore it. It's constant, yet fastest changing factor in this whole universe on which yours and my existence is. And many people have given quotes for it. Time is money, or time waits for none, and many more, right? Interesting. But now ask yourself, are you right on the calculation of time? Or are you just letting it pass? You have 24 hours. Each hour has 60 minutes and each minute has seconds, which amount to barely 86,400 seconds every day the universe has given us.
Let's watch the body.
Is it some interruption? Like, okay, I'm sorry. I thought my voice is not reaching there. Okay, let me get that. But somehow it's less. We all have complaints of, oh, time went by. It's sad. Even as a Toastmaster where we are trained on time, I'm sure we all have somehow the same takeaway. Okay. The time is not reaching. Okay, my voice is not reaching. Okay, okay, fine.
Not an issue. We are not able to hear you.
Okay, that got me a little.
उसका है यहाँ पे ये गया ना.
Okay, am I audible now clearly?
Yes, you're audible in this, but we have connected with the speaker, right? So the speaker was not audible.
Okay.
I think सही है, सब कुछ सही है.
नहीं तो वो तो चालू
बंद करके चालू किया.
वो चार्जिंग में मेरा फोन चार्ज फैन
We can do this next week.
पहले करने
लाओ इसको बंद करना है ना.
ये बंद अभी झूम क्या
Yeah.
Now.
Can you speak, Isha?
Can you?
Hello. Am I audible? 86,400.
Yeah, we can hear you, but we cannot hear you on the speaker. Can we keep it? नहीं.
So पैर तो है लेकिन ये डिस्चार्ज हो गया.
Isha, can we do one thing?
Mm-hmm.
If we can have this, if we can have your speech next week.
Yeah, sure. That's all right. If that's like, if we don't have time much, so we can do this thing, we can move to table topic session.
Yeah, if the time, because the time is very less, so we think.
Yeah.
Both the speeches.
I understand.
Right?
Yeah, I understand. That's all right.
Are you comfortable? Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Because of some technical glitches, we will have it the next week, right?
That's all right.
All right, fantastic. Thank you for your sportsman spirit. Really appreciate it. All right. I would request from next time, we need to arrange proper speakers and we need to be technically fit so that we can have a good session. For the meantime, let us move ahead with your 2 to 3 minutes of toast theme, and then you can hand it over to the journal evaluator, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayesh.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Wow. I think we need some breathing techniques to energize as well as discharges. So the technique that I was talking about is 100%. The normal breathing today that we do, if you observe, you are either taking breath until here, because every time we are not breathing until breathing or here or here. So what is that 100%? And how we are going to go? So I'm going to do a quick demo to you, and you can try by yourself. And as and whenever you feel in the low energy section, you are feeling overwhelmed, you're not achieving your calendar targets or goals, you can try this to calm down and have a better energy. So are you excited?
Yes.
Yes.
To have 100% breathing?
Yes.
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 If you do that, the biggest advantage that you will have is increasing your age. How or why?
We age because we breathe. We age because of we breathe oxygen. That's why we age.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
the major reason behind aging.
Okay.
A man comes with a limited breaths.
Please repeat that.
Any human comes with limited breaths, and if we are breathing deeply, probably that is the reason how we can live longer.
Very rightly said, the senior Toastmaster DTM Kush. In Hindi, what or in our Shastras, what they say, कि आपकी सांसें लिखी हुई है. When somebody looks at your palm, they don't tell you this much or this much. Your breath is written there, not the age. So if you take 100%, 80%, 70%, you are going to live longer. And that is why the older days, our Rishi Munis or our senior people, they were living longer, 100, 150, 200 years. So how to have that 100% breathing? Pretty quick, simple. I think I can sit here. It can hold me. All right. Even though you can sit, let's do in chair because we are not going to sit there. So you can see me all. So bring up your online. Okay. Can you take your hands like this? Can you show your hands? President, I can see your hands. Right. By sitting also you can do it. By folding your legs also you can do it. Now do it like this. Simple steps like this. Have a feet, okay, and put it this and this towards your Mooladhara. Towards, you know where is your Mooladhara? Down there, down there. And now you breathe it. You will feel that your breath is reaching down there. You can really feel it. The air is going down there. Can you feel it? Vikrant? Yeah. Ajish, Harsh? Jayesh? And just come to a normal one. Just take this out. If you take a normal breath, you will see, if you observe your breath, it is going here or here. So you are doing like 20, 30, 40% of it. So this is one of the ways where you can have 100% breathing. Part of this managing energy, not the time, there are part of this physical energy, there are other areas where we can work and have better physical energies that we can cover in the next session. And thereafter, there are three major energy areas are mental energy, emotional energy, and spiritual energy. And how and what that will cover the next time. And we can, I think we are going to have a great energy from that room as well. And hope after that we are going to have cake from there. All right. So going back, we are almost out of the time. Now, I invite our general evaluator of the day and his team. Please welcome.
Thank you. So you guys enjoyed the session?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So now it's time for my tech team's report. So I would like to invite, first of all, our counter of the day, Toastmaster Bharat.
I have counted all the R's, so, like short pauses and repeating words. Start with Sergeant of Arms, Parth Panchal. He took 2 hours in his speech. Toastmaster Vikrant has 3 hours in his speech. Toastmaster Hardik, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Hardik has used 1 time so. Short pauses, there were 4 short pauses and there were 3 repeating words. Toastmaster Amit was flawless. Toastmaster Harsh, general evaluator Toastmaster Harsh. The word use of so, there were 2 short pauses and the repeating words were 2. Toastmaster Isha was flawless. Toastmaster Keval had 11 so's, I'm sorry, just 2. Sorry. And 3 short pauses and 2 repeating words. Toastmaster Jayesh and guest Gita Shetu and guest Gitanjali all were flawless. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Harsh.
Okay. Fine. So now it's time for my report, grammarian's report. Wow. So such an amazing grammar we had. We had a seasoned Toastmaster Amit. If I could write, I could have filled 2-3 pages. Right. So praise of the day was used 2 times by Toastmaster Hardik, and word of the day was used by Toastmaster Hardik 2 times. Thanks. And good usages of grammar, optimistic towards your job. It's about energy, not time management. Entire concept is about energy. You need to have right breathing pattern, 100% breathing, anywhere, everywhere. Whom we looked upon for direction. Winning becomes product. Everybody has a content, only few have a delivery. You stand out of the crowd critically. You stand out of the crowd, critically analyze. And not so good usages of grammar, how far it is traveling. It could have been how deep it has been traveling. Who is winning many speeches contest? Who has won many international speech contests? Lifetime notes for lifetime. I think that's all from my side. Over to general evaluator. Fine. So now I would like to call upon timer of the day, Toastmaster Keval.
Good afternoon. So starting from Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Parth, he has taken 3 minutes and 5 seconds. After then, presiding officer Toastmaster Vikrant, you have taken 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Hardik, you have taken 19 minutes and 7 seconds and still counting. General evaluator, Toastmaster Harsh, you have taken 3 minutes 45 seconds and still counting. Timer, that is me. I have taken 1 minute and 38 seconds in introduction part and still counting. Our counter Toastmaster Bharat, you have taken 43 seconds in your introduction part and 57 seconds in your report. Grammarian Toastmaster Harsh, you have taken 53 seconds in your introduction part and 1 minute and 30 seconds in your report. Education session Toastmaster Amit, he has taken 45 minutes and 21 seconds. And that is That is it from my side. Over to you.
Okay, thank you. Fine, man. So now it's time for my report. Any other things before that? Okay, fine. So what a great start of meeting we had. Everything was set up. Amazing venue is amazing, right? And started with Parth Panchal, Toast Master Parth Panchal. He had a great introduction, interacted with the audience. He was amazing. And just one recommendation, he could be present more of offline and could give more justice to his role by his offline presence. Then coming towards presiding officer, he just started with the questions and wake me up. So it was amazing start by waking up the audience and grabbing the attention, right? What could be better way by just asking a straight question? No better way. So you started with a bang, with a straight question, right? And you started with a question of self-commitment, right? That's more important. You started with appreciation and acknowledgement of the entire HCTC club, as well as also Toastmaster Amit for founding of this club as well, right? And yes, also some humor was also there. So everything was great. No recommendation. Fine. Then coming to Toastmaster of the day. Wow, what a brilliant comeback after long. You come back on a bouncing stage, right? You had a nice dressing. I really appreciate that. Then you had a good movement of your stage, and what an amazing theme, right? Physical energy, mental energy, spiritual energy, emotional energy. So everything is energy, right? What we are at a score. If we look our finger under microscope, what we are vibrating atoms and nuclear energy, right? So everything is energy, and you taught us how to have 100% deep breathing. That is the source of our life energy. That breath is source of life. So you taught us that. You had amazing confidence. Your introduction style, I liked it. Impromptu introduction without reading. We all generally read, but you gave the introduction impromptu, right? That was amazing portion of your confidence, your gesture of making everyone do exercise. That was also amazing. You interacted audience and gave an amazing exercise, right? What else? Recommendation, I think just be more present and take care of your health. That's only recommendation, so that you can be more present here. Get well very soon. Apply all these things and become healthy and fit, so that we can have more of your presence and more of your contribution, because you are hidden gem of HCTC, right? Fine. Then yes, speech segment was missing completely, right? So what could have done better? We could have speech, right? We could have at least one speech, I think. Toastmaster Vikrant, offline speaker, was there. We could have its speech, and our justice could have been done to the speaker segment, right? And then the evaluation, amazing session, education session by Toastmaster Amit, right? It was amazing, right? I was just thinking, we are learning from the flaws of winning speech. That's so deep for all the audience here, apart from the champion sitting there. It was so deep, right? Winning, learning from the winning speech and from the mistakes.
District champion speech.
Yes.
Add that clause. No. Hope you don't give up on you.
Yes. So I think that topic was too much heavy for the beginner audience. And I was just blowing off my mind. If any speech I like, I was just wondering if he is at 4, where I am at. I think minus
minus is a good sign to give. So there is, yes, no words to say that.
The best learning would be that if that speech can have flaws, like there's a point of improvisation for every one of us.
Yes, yes. So I think we just should not learn from the flaws. We just should reach there first and then should learn the flaws. It was too much mental capacity to learn the from a winning speed that flaw. But overall session was amazing. We had lot of learnings from that. How how can we go deep? How much deep we can go, not only in speech, in any subject. If we are thinking we are masters, we should find flaws in that master speech, whatever we are at master. If I say I'm master at handling my clients, then I should find the flaws in that as well, right? We should never be overconfident or egoistic. If there is a flaw in the best district champion speech, then we should imagine what flaws are there, not only in speech, but in our whatever thing we are master of. There are a lot of flaws in it, and we can always learn and grow from even the best of the times we had, right? But we should not forget where we are. We should not undermine ourselves and never ever de de what we can say that de appreciate ourselves. Opposite of appreciation. मतलब निंदा नहीं करनी चाहिए हमारी. I mean to say that we should never undermine ourselves. We should always appreciate from where we are, and then from that stage we should learn. That's what I would like to say. Yes, that's all from my side, I think. And over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you.
Friends, we are almost there, nearby 6. Now it is time to have our president. Okay, still do we want to have it? Oh yeah, sure. I do apologize for this. Thank you, Jay Chandra. So now it's time to vote. For first, voting would be for best role play. Timer, counter, and grammarian. Tag team. Please send your votes to Toastmaster K1. To his. Sorry, please send your votes to Toastmaster Vikrant, to our president, for the best role player. Our counter Bharat, timer is Keval, and grammarian is Harsh. I hope every one of us have voted so far. Do you have Setu? Perfect. You have Raj.
Mr. Raj.
Raj, you have his number? Perfect. Great. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right.
So are we there?
And best lead role.
So second voting would be for best lead role. And the lead players for today's are Toastmaster of the day, Hardik Dave, and General Evaluator, Toastmaster Harsh Thakur, for the best lead player of the day.
Vikrant. Toastmaster Vikrant. Perfect. So I believe all of us have voted for both the roles, and Vikrant would have received.
Yeah, yeah.
So now it is time to announce the best role play. And therefore, I want to invite our president, Toastmaster Vikrant. Yes, madam. Please welcome Toastmaster Vikrant to announce best role play for today.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hardik. We all have today lots of out of blue, but there is one out of black. What is out of black? It ruined the IPP and President Bo's speech. No, don't worry, don't worry. We will listen next week, okay? And I hope all you enjoy. Now let's have a case feedback. Case Raj. How did you like the meeting after long from Ruchi Cafe?
Ardent fan of. Instead of feedback, I think I'll give a takeaway for this particular session, whatever I could. It's like the education session on presentation made me opulent of energy.
Yes.
Energy of energy.
After a long time, I come back. I not able to present the community. I am also an leader who and do have all things possible. And yes, this matter. So,
Okay. Keep coming. I just remind that this speaker time limit is 6 hours, but I think might be my daughter has switch off this power. I remind. That's otherwise it is never ever happened. I will take care next Saturday morning. I think he remove and put her mobile in the charge. Due to that,
out of black.
okay. Now without doing any waste of time, let's have a best lead role and leader. For that, I would like to invite again Toastmaster of the day with me. So, who is the best leader? Any guess?
Toastmaster Hardik.
Nice. Best leader, best lead. Yeah, lead role first. Yes, Toastmaster Hardik, best lead role. Congratulations. And yes,
No, but I had out of view.
now best role player. Toastmaster Keval, Bharat, and best role play go to Mr. Treasurer. Toastmaster Harsh.
Out of view, really.
Thank you. Today I'm very glad to see our long time Toastmaster Jay, Toastmaster Hardik, Toastmaster is a speech, but oh, we all miss.
Actually, I'm thankful. I'm really thankful that my speech was not there. I was dead sleepy.
Ajit, you are doing amazing. You are bringing lots of guests from your side. And yes, Raj, after a long time, And you also, he's from my NGO,
Okay.
Isa, and he lots of inspired by my growth. So maybe he will be a future Toastmaster.
Yes,
But
yes.
he is with this, I am officially adjourned this meeting.